Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, our story is about something that touches the deepest part of your soul. It's not just a story, it's a journey. A journey called The Mountain of Becoming 12 Rules to Become Your Best Self. There comes a day in every life when something inside you just snaps. Not in rage, not in despair, but in quiet realization. A moment when the pretending ends, the masks fall, the lies you tell yourself no longer comfort you. That moment came for Arav not with thunder, not with tragedy, but with a letter. A plain envelope, no name, no return address, just one sentence, typed in bold. Climb the mountain before the next full moon and you will meet the person you were meant to be. He laughed at first, tossed it aside, thought it was a prank or worse, a scam. But hours later, that single line echoed in his mind. Something about it felt real, mysteriously real. By sunset, Arav packed his bag. He didn't tell anyone. He didn't plan to post about it. This wasn't a vacation, it was a soul calling. He didn't know what he'd find, but somehow, he knew it wouldn't be just another mountain. It was his mountain, the mountain of becoming. At the base stood a stone slab. On it, carved in ancient letters, 12 trials await you. Each will strip away what you are not until only truth remains. He took his first step. The climb began. On the first day, he met a man sitting at the base of the trail. The man looked strong, but his eyes were lost. "I'm waiting," the man said, "for someone to tell me I'm ready, for a sign." And Arav knew. He had waited too for permission, for applause, for someone to say, "You're enough." But this mountain didn't care. And for the first time, he understood. You are the permission. No one is coming. No one needs to approve your journey. The only voice that must say go is your own. That was the first rule. Stop waiting for permission. A storm hit that night. Cold, wild, unforgiving. Arav slipped and twisted his ankle. Pain screamed through his leg. He nearly turned back. In the shelter of a cave, he met an old woman. Her eyes fierce, like lightning in human form. She looked at his swollen foot and said, "Pain is a letter, my boy, but most curse the envelope and never read the message inside." That night, Arav read it. Every sharp throb was telling him something. You've avoided discomfort. You've made comfort your cage. You've become soft with your potential. Pain wasn't the enemy. Pain was the truth. Rule 2. Pain is a messenger. Listen when it speaks. On the third day, he reached a plateau where a man walked in circles. "I try to change," the man muttered, "but I always become the same person again." Arav sat beside him for a while, then said softly, "Then change what you do, not just what you wish." That day, he stopped talking about transformation and started living it. Rule 3. You are what you repeatedly do. The next path was thorn-covered, narrow, terrifying. Arav froze. "I can't," he whispered. And suddenly, he heard his own voice echoing back. All the years of doubt, of calling himself not enough, not ready, not strong. But this time, something inside snapped. He roared, "I am done agreeing with limitations I did not choose," and walked forward, through the pain, through the thorns, bleeding but free. Rule 4. Kill the voice that says you can't. Farther up the trail, he found a group sitting around a fire, laughing, gossiping, complaining, mocking others who had climbed ahead. He sat down for a while, but then he felt it, the drain, the weight, the slow theft of his light. He stood and walked away, alone under the stars. That night, the silence recharged him more than any crowd ever could. Rule 5. Protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. The mountain grew steeper. Days passed. The summit wasn't in sight. Frustration grew, doubt returned, until he met a monk, silent and still. Only fools climb for the view, the monk said. The wise climb for who they become along the way. That night, Arav stopped chasing the end and began honoring the process. Rule 6. Fall in love with the climb, not the peak. He entered a cave filled with mirrors. Each one showed a version of him, ashamed, lazy, bitter, broken. This isn't me, he said. A voice whispered back, Number, but it's the voice you've been agreeing with. He shattered the mirrors with a single strike, and behind them saw the truth. You are not your thoughts, you are the one watching them. Rule 7. Silence the inner bully. Deeper into the forest, he met a man glued to a phone. Numb, consuming garbage, lost in noise. I feel so empty, the man said. And Arav understood. He had once been full of potential, but starving for meaning. That night, he read a book, journaled, Saturday with silence, and found nourishment in wisdom. Rule 8. Feed your mind, or the world will feed it junk. As the days passed, storms came, some external, some internal. There were mornings he didn't want to move, didn't want to continue, but his routines carried him. Wake, move, write, breathe. Small anchors in chaos. Rule 9. Build routines that hold you when you fall. One day, he found a starving child on the trail. Arav gave him the last piece of bread in his pack. No thank you, no moment of recognition, just giving. And in that moment, Arav felt something strange. Though he had given all he had, he felt full. Rule 10. Give without expecting. That's when giving becomes sacred. At the cliff's edge, a beast awaited. It spoke his worst fears, his failures, his hidden shame. But instead of running, Arav stepped closer. What do you want from me? He asked. The beast growled, then faded, and behind it, a hidden bridge to the summit. Rule 11. Face the beast you've been avoiding. It guards your breakthrough. Finally, at the summit, there was no treasure, no applause, no God in the clouds. Just a stone carved with the final truth. You were never climbing to get more. You were climbing to let go of everything that was never truly you. He sat in silence and smiled. He wasn't powerful. He was peaceful. He had nothing to prove, nothing to chase, nothing to pretend. Just stillness, truth, and a new beginning. Rule 12. Die empty. Let go of all that was false, so your true self can live. When Arav descended the mountain, the world looked the same. But he had changed. Not because the mountain made him better, but because it stripped away all the noise until only he remained. If you are listening to this, your mountain is waiting too. You don't need to be fearless, you don't need to be ready. You just need to walk. Because the person you're meant to be isn't waiting at the top. He's been inside you all along. And now, it's time to meet him. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. We'll see you in the next one.